right, and your main camera is gonna be this one. Nope.
This one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, and I'm gonna fade you in.
Mm-hmm.
And wait a minute.
Did you see the other stuff on there? Did I see it?
Yep.
Well, hello and welcome to Monologue Mondays with Marcus Woods. I am ecstatic. I am excited. This is the final episode of this season because we ain't going nowhere. We just getting started. But it is the final episode of this season, the 21st episode of Monologue Mondays with yours truly. I was talking with my friend Shantae, who y'all all know is my sister. We rock together and we were just talking and go get her book, ACT. Support Shantae, get her book. And she was like, bro, I'm proud of you. Like, I was doing this on live in my basement with my home self-tape equipment, and here I am now at 21. And so I'm a thug. So I ain't gonna get emotional or cry. I'm not gonna do that. But I gotta start off by saying this. I'm probably gonna say it again at the end. Thank you, Peaches, for just rocking. Like y'all, you rock. You and your husband. You guys are amazing, and just providing this space. Last episode was something amazing, and my phone won't stop ringing. People want to be on the show. You know what I mean? It's just interesting how you just got to keep pushing. When it seems like nobody's watching or nobody's paying attention, you never know. You never know. And so you never know when you're going to get that one. You know what I mean? So I'm grateful for those ladies that came through last week. Y'all go check last episode out. It's on YouTube at Monologue Mondays with Marcus Woods. Check it out. I promise you, you will not be disappointed in all the episodes. But shout out to those ladies. They were authentically and genuinely themselves. And I love that so much for them and for us to share that with us. That was amazing. But we about to get started, but let me get a couple things out the way. So y'all know that I have a book. And this book, I am excited about it. People are buying it up. But at first, it was just for actors. And it's How to Win the Room. It's talking about unshakable confidence on how to win the room, written by myself, a 6-page digital book that only costs you $7. It only costs you $7. And I promise you, it started off with a bunch of actors. But the testimonies that I'm getting is from people that said, I bought it to support you. But now the confidence that I'm getting from the book, I can use it in my everyday life. And I was just like, well, that's amazing. So it doesn't matter if you're an actor or a stay-at-home mom. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. Get this book, and you could just scan the code. There'll be a QR code, and you could just scan that and get everything that you need off of there. Or you can just go to any of my pages, even here on Facebook Live, and go check my bio, and you can just go and hit that link. There goes a code right there. So you can get the code on the QR code, or go to my in my bio on Facebook and Instagram. I am Marcus Woods on Instagram, and you can just get that book. Just run it up, y'all. My birthday is this month, November 23rd, a few days before Turkey Day. And I would love for y'all to just buy this book up for me. That would be great. That would be great. That would be a gift to me and you. So I would really appreciate that. And as we get ready to go forward, I got to say this. I just had a brand new film drop over the Friday, over the weekend. So it's amazing. It's called Fan of Mine, and it's written by Jazar. I remember we had Jazar on here on the show, Jazar Riches, and it's a beautiful myself, Selena Ray, Angelina Spite, Sierra Armani, Frank White. The list goes on. It's just a bunch of great actors in this movie. What would you do if your favorite celebrity started stalking you? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I would do if Denzel started stalking. He got the money and the research. I don't know. But since we're actors and we tell stories, y'all go watch Fan of Mine and check it out. I'll do you one even better. Let's play you the trailer real quick. Here's the trailer of Fan of Mine. I won you the day with the Yari Iris. All we had to do was submit a video saying why you should be chosen, and she's invited 5 people, and you won.
A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
The opportunity to die for it. You actually like someone. You.
It's not every day you have a celebrity sitting in your living room. Did you happen to give Yari our address when you sent her that video? Can you believe she showed up to my house last night after I didn't go to her show? Yari, she's getting a little bit overbearing. She texts my phone all day. Did you see her hair? She went and got the same car as me, babe.
Why would you do this?
Yari, let me up out of here! Yari, please! Ooh. Oh my God! You did this to me! I am not crazy! I am not crazy! Ah! Don't worry. I got him until Yari is here.
Fan of mine is going crazy. It's gonna go crazy. I'm telling you, go watch it. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you like. Like, really, what would you do if your favorite celebrity was stalking you? Like, Peaches was over here like, not me. But no, and, I can't forget Amira in it, Amira Garrison, AG, and Celeste, also Celeste and Spears. Look, it's a phenomenal cast. You're gonna love this one, so go check it out. Tell me what you think. I like all critiques, good, bad, and indifferent. Give them to me. I just want you to watch it, And so it'll be a good time. Now, let's get into this. When I got to start this off like this. When I started this, y'all, it was really just me giving back jewels to help other actors and actresses and anybody in the business, no matter if you was a writer, director, producer, actor, actress, makeup artist, and all these things. And don't get it wrong. I have so much more. I still want to do my directors roundtable. All that is coming, and producers roundtable, and writers roundtable, and then crew. I just talked to some people that I was on the set Saturday helping out a student. She's amazing. Her name is Gloria, but you'll hear more about her later. I might even have her on the show next season. She's doing a short film to help her get into USC, and they reached out to Lil Me. And then I was like, "Oh, you want me to help you do your student film?" She was like, "Yes, I heard so much about you." And it was, I just kept thinking, what if I had that support when I was 17 years old? Jesus. You talk Tyler Perry was doing something. I have everything. But, I'm here where I'm at, and I'm going where I'm going from. But so I was with her, and I was talking to some of the crew. I said, I want y'all to come on. And we never get to hear the crew side of the story. You always hear the talent, but you never hear the crew. And so all these things. But just this journey has been amazing. And just seeing that young lady really made me think, like, man, she's starting. It was something that maybe nobody believed in her, or she wished she had somebody to help out. And then she follows me and watched the podcast now. And I said, man, look at all the people that I'm helping, just to help. And then it turned into, I'm going to do it every Monday, no matter what. Sometimes I was on set live on Instagram in between, like on my lunch break. So I would go, my times would vary, you know what I mean? But people still would watch. And sometimes I would even ask the director, like, can I go live in our trailer and stuff like that? And they was like, yeah, sure. Just, don't tell them what the story is and all that stuff. So it was just that. And seeing so many people get help, seeing many people get booked and just getting repped by managers and agents, like, this has been a blessing. And then some odd idea came to me and said, let's do a podcast. Let's just turn it into a podcast. I put the post out there. I said, anybody know anything about doing a podcast? I want to do my show on a podcast. And I got all these inboxes and all these things. And then I remember Peaches from a couple of years ago. And then I was like, let me just see. And it took her a minute because she's a busy professional woman to get back with me. And she got back with me, and I couldn't have chose a better place. And it's just, and what it's doing for me in my career is amazing. You know what I'm saying? And, first I was like, well, I don't want to be giving out the jewels on a podcast because, one thing on Instagram, but if I do it on a podcast, we're going to go back and watch it. They're going to, like, Michael Jordan didn't give tips while he was playing ball. That's how I was thinking. Like, I was really thinking like that. Like, Denzel ain't out here teaching classes while he out. And I just said, no, but that's their path. That's a different journey. This is your path. And it doesn't mean I have to stop acting or pushing and going great at the things that I'm going to be and am great at. It's just that I have to give back. This is my 10%. In church, they tell you to give you 10%. This is my 10% that I give back. And I'm just grateful. And I'm saying all that to say, like, but it just wasn't me. It was each and every guest. It was each and every person that supported, that cashed app, that gave me. I had a guest on here one time. I'm not gonna say who because I'm pretty sure they don't want the information out here. I had a guest come on here, and then they paid for one of my sessions, and it touched me because I don't think y'all understand. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for the love, but to see that people are rocking with it. And I said, wow, I didn't build this. This is the room that we built. And that's the title of this episode, the room that we built. I'm going to give you 10 things that help me build the career that I have now, and as well as this room, this podcast, this thing that we got with Monologue Mondays. And after today's season, go watch everything. I got so many more things that I want to do, but I got to give myself a little break in between too. But I want y'all to go back and watch everything from episode 1, even when I made the promo video for today and just seeing all the guests and all the conversation. I was like, this started in a basement. And like, this is where it's at now. You know what I mean? It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook Live. So I'm going to share some things with you guys. So I want y'all all to rock with me here. And I'm going to check the comments as much as I can. But please share this live. I should have said that first. I'm all over the place emotionally with this. But share this live and let's go crazy with this in the comment section. And let's have a good time. Let's have a good time. So let me talk to you guys about 10 things that helped me out, that helped me build myself up to where I am now and where I'm going. One of the things I told Peaches now with my new representation, same manager, new agents, which nothing is wrong with that. You're allowed to switch it up. They sent me an audition, and it's a really good one, and it's a really good role. Obviously, I can't talk about it, and I'm just loving it. Like, I couldn't have got this audition 5-10 years ago, because I wouldn't have been ready for it. You know what I mean? And so I'm just excited about that. Shout out to Benny at John Thomas Talent. I love you. He's my manager, my brother. I appreciate him so much. But I'm going to give you all these 10 tips that help me and that help me push my career. And I want to help you push yours. I want to help you push your career and encourage you and inspire you to keep going at it. All right? So the first one is, let's talk self-discovery. Through the craft. Self-discovery through the craft, right? Acting expresses and exposes truth. You learn who you are when the mask comes off. And a lot of people don't get that. Like, they think, well, I got to be this character. But that character is every bit of who you are too, a little bit. And a little bit more than you think. And if you're not being truthful in front of that camera, you're not being truthful to yourself. You get to a point in your career where you realize, like, this is who this is who I am. This is what I have to bring. This is my art. This is the truth that I'm telling through this. And one thing about this camera, I say this all the time. This camera and every camera you film in front of is a dumb device. And by dumb, I mean it's going to pick up whatever you show. And if you're not being real, it sees right through it. It knows if you're really playing a person that's insane. And it also knows if you're really showing love, because it's trying to find the truth in what you're doing. But if you're not honest with you, you can't be honest to that camera. Even in playing and portraying and becoming a character, you can't do it, because we're not just actors playing characters. We're giving human experiences. And I say that all the time. I don't go to a movie to watch a character. I go to watch somebody else who's having a human experience in front of me, and I'm rooting for them. Either I'm rooting for them to win, or I'm rooting that they lose, but I'm rooting for them in some shape, form, or fashion. It's the same way in real life. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable for this camera. Don't be afraid to be open and figure out who you are and be vulnerable for yourself, so you can tell the truth. So you can tell if you really hate this person that their character hates on screen. Let us see that you really don't like something. Like, be honest with us, and I promise you, we'll believe you, we'll follow you, and we'll rock with you. Let me say this. Growth as an artist begins with growth as a human being. Get to know you, and I promise you, your art will be better. Get to know who you are. Get to understand feelings. Know what you love. Know what you hate. Know what you like. Know what you will compromise for. Just know everything about you. Know the hairstyles that you like. Know the body type that you like. And be okay with you. This is not in here. I knew this was going to happen at some point. I didn't think it was going to happen this early. Be okay with you. If you're heavy set, wear it, rock it, be it, love it. Now, and if you want to lose weight for your health benefits and for your sake, do it. But be whatever it is that you want to be, and be comfortable with you. Nobody is going to be upset with you. Funny thing, when I went on set yesterday with the young lady that's filming for her to get accepted into USC, I seen a couple of the crew members that I knew, and one of them said, I just saw a fan of mine. And the first thing he said was, he was like, I said, oh, did you enjoy it? He was like, yeah, I enjoyed your performance. It was really good. He said, but you lost a lot of weight between fan of mine and current. And it didn't dawn on me. And until I was like looking on the clips, I said, oh, I am a bit smaller than I was on fan of mine, but I was okay at that weight. I was still booking movies at that weight. I was okay with me. I was still going to the gym. As a matter of fact, that's really when I started like kind of changing up my eating a little bit. I still don't do the best with my eating, but I changed it up a little bit and started working out more intentionally. And I see the results of it now. But what I'm saying is I was still okay at that weight. I was still booking at that weight. Your weight does not stop you from working. It's how you feel about your weight that stops you from working. So don't let that hinder you. So yeah, you're gonna, and then I filmed it 3 years ago, by the way. but it was just like he made me think of it like, dang, I was a little heavier, but I was okay with that. I was okay with it at the time as I was working towards a better me. Be okay with it. Still get the headshots. If you got headshots due by the end of the month and you're like, oh, I gotta hurry up and lose this weight. No, you're gonna do it unhealthy. Work out, try to lose the weight, still get the headshots. You still got life in front of you. Start eating healthier, working out, and then when you take your next set of headshots, you can do it at the new weight, the new person that you are. Okay, I just wanted to say that. I'm moving. I'm gonna try to do 2 at a time. Then I'm gonna check the comments. If we ain't got none, I'm gonna just keep pushing. Number 2, confidence as a survival skill. Hear this: confidence isn't arrogance. I hate fake confidence. That's all arrogance is fake and false confidence. We don't need you to be arrogant in the room. I talked with a friend of mine. They were telling me about a colleague, and they were saying how they walked into these rooms and they were at this really big studio, and they walked in. They were real arrogant about who they was and what they was doing, to the point to where the casting was just basically like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And one of their replies were, well, because I know who I am. And then the casting said, but we don't know you. And so that really stuck to me. Like, you can't be arrogant. People can feel that when you walk in the room. And a lot of people don't want to deal with that. But they love confidence. And remember, confidence isn't always loud. Confidence isn't always, oh yeah, let's step. I told y'all about the audition I went on here. And I went on that audition and the gentleman walked in the room like, I'm here. What y'all so quiet for? And then they came to me like, what's up? What's good? Like, we in the room. And I'm just sitting there like, chill out. Now, I can't say I booked it. I didn't see that other individual there when I was on set. But I'm just saying, confidence ain't always loud. Just confidence is just saying that I'm prepared and I'm ready to do this and I deserve to be here, even if they don't know I deserve to be here yet. And you have to be okay with that. Just because you believe you deserve to be there, you have to show people that you deserve to be there, because they don't know you deserve to be there yet. Even if they want you to win, they don't know it yet. So you show them. You start talking yourself, believing in yourself, preparing yourself for the act through the acting classes and before the audition, walking in the room confident and ready to go. Okay, I just want to share that. We're gonna share a little more. It's the armor for your purpose. So confidence is not arrogance. It's the armor for your purpose. It helps you. It prepares you for battle. The battle of going out here and believing in yourself. The battle is not in the audition room. The battle starts when everybody doesn't believe in you. The battle starts when they say, you finna be an actor? The battle starts when they say, well, you got to be here and there, and you got to live here. You got to be this tall, this short. You got to look like this. You got to go through. You sure you want to be an actor? That's where the battle starts. So you have to start building that confidence at home before you even go to the acting class, before you even go get the headshots, before you have the confidence to send your work out and hopefully somebody wants to rep you or book you. Like, before you get the self-tape, before you walk into the room. That armor is for that battle, so you can knock out all that negativity and all that stuff. And trust me, people are not going to believe you at first. That's why you have to build your own confidence up. I remember I seen a guy from high school that we went to high school together at the gas station. Pumping my gas, like, hey man, what's going on? He was like a star ball player. He could hoop. And, life happens and you don't go as far as you want to go. And he had a family now, a wife, kids, and all this stuff. And nothing wrong with that. That's good. But he said, man, I said, man, what you doing, man? You still hooping? He was like, nah, man, I put that to the side, you know, family, whatever to whatever. And I understand that as a man. And then he said, what you doing, man? He said, what you doing? I said, man, I'm an actor. This was a few years ago. And he was like, this is literally what he did. He said, just like that. He was like, for real? And I was like, yeah, like the disrespect. And, you know, and he was just like, yeah. He said, oh, I didn't. I mean, this, when I say a few years ago, this is pre-COVID. And I was just like, wow. And I didn't get mad because it's not his dream. It's not his vision. It wasn't given to him. It's not what he's pursuing. But what I did do is I said, I'll take that fuel. I'll take that and I'll show you. Even if you never see me in another movie, even if we never cross paths again, thank you for not believing in me, because that's fuel. And I'm going to add that to my fuel tank called confidence and pour that in there and let that build my confidence up. People are not going to believe you at first, so you have to have this inner confidence that exudes. Yes, this is good. Oh, I'm so glad. Believe before you are believed. You hear me? Because everybody ain't going to believe in you. Believe before you are believed. You have to run with it. You have to run with it and believe that I am an A-list actor. I am an A-list actress. The next time they do a #1 on the call sheet documentary, they going to call me. Not arrogantly, because I'm going to be done the work and I'm going to become the person that I am. Matter of fact, I'm that person right now. Even on my way to it matching up with my current life, I'm on the way. I'm that person right now. You got to believe in yourself. Because everybody ain't gonna believe in you. Are you gonna believe in yourself when you walk in that audition room and they tell you thank you and never give you that call back? Are you gonna say I'm still a good actor? I'm still a great actor. I'm still an A-list actor. Can you still say that? You gotta build that up. Believe in yourself before you believe. Okay, number 3. I said I was gonna do 2. I'm gonna do 3. Then we check the comments. Number 3, avoiding acting traps. We talked about audition traps before, but avoiding acting traps. Don't rush moments or perform for approval. At this point, your confidence is up. You're in the room. You either have booked something or you're starting to get more auditions and you're getting in there, you're acting more and more and more. First of all, don't rush the moment. The moment is built off of a whole bunch of little moments that get you to this point, be it in the script or in life. So the moments that you built through acting and acting classes got you an audition in the room with these cast and directors and these people. So boom, don't rush the moment. Be in the moment. Let the moment be the moment. But the other point is, or don't rush the moment or perform for approval. You do not have to prove anything to anybody. You only have to prove to yourself yesterday that I'm going to be 1% better than I was yesterday. So whatever that 1% is, I'm going to read more. I'm going to learn more about acting. I'm going to watch more movies. I'm going to study more things about acting. I'm just going to be better. The next audition I get, I'm going to give 1% better than I did last audition. The only person you're competing with is yourself. And guess what? Yourself is still in your past. Because if even these very few moments that I've been in this chair, it's those moments are behind me. So I'm looking forward. I'm going forward to be better forward. Go forward, go better. You don't compete. You don't know what it took for somebody to get to where they're at, good or bad. You don't know how they compromised, good or bad. You don't know what lies they may have told or what truths they had to live through to get to that moment. You don't know. You don't know. So don't compete with people. Please don't compete with people. And you don't need their approval. All you need to do is believe in yourself and show up and do the work. Here we go. Truth wins over perfection. Man, let me tell y'all something. This self-tape I had to do today, I had to tell myself. I was in that mother, like, oh, I don't like the way my eye looked. Oh, my lip curled. I was all just stupid stuff. I should have did this and did that. And then I had to sit down and tell myself, Marcus, stop. You're great. Give them your best and leave it at that. Think about it, y'all. I've done probably thousands of auditions at this point in my life. Thousands of auditions. And I'm booking stuff. It just showed you the movie that I'm in. I'm booking stuff. I just told you I had an audition. I'm getting auditions. You're okay. Think about your favorite meal. I guarantee you 100 times over, you don't make your favorite meal the exact same way. It's always a little, oh man, this time. And think about it. And don't let it be how we are now with this whole government shutdown. You can't even get some of the stuff you used to get to make the meal. So you gotta compromise on the ingredients. So you never make it the same, but you still make that meal because you enjoy it. You may say, next time I'm gonna put a little more of this in it. Next time I'm gonna do a little of that. You don't make the meal and taste it and be like, this is terrible. Let me throw the whole thing away and start over. Stop. It's not about perfection. Just do your best and let everything else be. Let everything else be. You cook it up, you let them eat. That's all you gotta do. Cook it up and let them eat. Okay, truth wins over perfection. Be honest, be truthful. Winning the room starts with owning your truth. You can't win if you don't know you. Stop the lies you telling yourself. That's what we gotta do. I should have booked that because I'm better than them. Are you? Just the speeches is cracking up. Are you better? Are you better than them? Because are you better than them? And even if you're better than them, were you better that time? You know what I mean? Boxers say it all the time when they lose, especially if you're just a boxer or a fighter that you rooting for, or a team you rooting for. You ever hear them say, "Hey, they was just a better man today." That don't mean that they better than you. They was better today in the moment when it mattered. They were better today. So move on. Jesus, move on, please, because it bothers me that we can't do that. It bothers me. All you got to do is know who you are. Do your best. If you didn't book that one thing that you know that you were better for, keep going. Because I keep telling you, you're going to book some things, but you ain't going to book everything. All right? Let's check some comment speeches if we got a couple. Here we go. Shalia, who was on last week. Wow, I never thought about it that way. Good stuff. Thank you so much. Okay, kind of long. Let's get into it. Keita, love the thought process about being who you are. Don't let others sway your confidence either. I'll never forget that. Wow. But you see what I'm saying? Imagine if Keita wasn't confident in thank you for that comment, Keita. Imagine if she wasn't confident in who she is. And somebody comes and put a bug in her ear and says that. And now she's like, oh man, this is why I'm not booking these roles. Let me save up all this money and go do this surgery. And then guess what? After you do the surgery, you get the job done, whatever the prosthetics is, and then you're still not booking. It happens. It happens all the time. I'm going to cut my hair. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then off of somebody else's advice that ain't really giving you advice. They kind of smacking you, giving you a backhanded compliment or got some other context to what they're really saying. And now you stuck with this and you still not booking. So now you depressed with something that you don't even want. You know what I'm saying? So no, you learn, you be confident in you and rock with you and what God has given you. Now, if you want to do something because you want to do it, go right ahead. But don't let nobody else try to change you and then in hopes of that you book because they said so while they sitting at home not booking too. Or they may be booking and they got the changes done to their body, but now they don't even love themselves anymore. But you don't know that because they can't tell you that. Ugh, let me keep moving. That's a whole nother show for a whole nother conversation. So any more comments? Or we jumping in? We jumping back in. Okay, here we go. Number 4. This one is really good to me too. Rebuilding after rejection, because rejection is going to happen. Rebuilding after rejection. Rejection doesn't define you. Recovery does. It's not about how hard life hits you and knocks you down. It's about, are you going to get back up? It's the recovery. So let's talk about it a little bit. Resilience isn't perfection. It's the comeback. Resilience isn't the perfection. It's the comeback. And let me tell you why this is important. I do a lot of sports analogies and stuff like that. Floyd Mayweather has never lost a professional fight. Now, he lost when he was doing his Olympic fight. I think he got bronze or something like that. And he said to himself as a young man, he was like, I'm never going to lose again. Floyd Mayweather stepped into the ring as a professional fighter and never lost a fight. Now, outside the ring, he had some challenges. He lost a couple of things away from the sport of boxing, but in the ring, he never lost. And people will say, well, why are you comparing me to Floyd? He never lost. Well, he lost I'm talking about outside the ring. He lost, and he had to learn how to win in life. I'm pretty sure he looked at boxing and put it to life. Like, why am I not winning here, but I'm winning here? Let me take how I'm winning over here and start winning over here. That's what you got to do. Everybody's gonna lose some way, shape, form, or fashion. You're gonna get rejected some way, shape, form, or fashion. But it's your job to get back up. Yes, you probably really wanted that role. I told y'all about that role, man. I know to this day that role would have changed my life with Kevin Costner. I know it for a fact. I know it for a 3-movie deal with Kevin Costner was 4 movies, but I would be in 3 of them. I know it would have changed my life, but I didn't book it. But what happens if I say I'm done with this? I ain't going out for nothing else. That was the one. That was like the one I was waiting on. I'm not doing it no more. I wouldn't even be sitting here doing this. I wouldn't be on my 21st episode if I would have quit and said, no, that's it. I couldn't tell you about that next audition or the audition I just told you about or the film that just came out if I would have quit. Things will happen. Things will not always go your way. And you have to tell yourself, I'm going to get up anyway. If I wake up the next morning, the good Lord blesses me with air in my lungs and my eyes can open and my limbs can work, I'm going to get up and do it again. And the problem is, and I think it was Kevin Hart who I heard say this, he said, the problem is people trying to learn how to get back up with the same enthusiasm as if I'm still going to make it. Don't lose your spark. It may go out, but figure out how to get it back going again. Don't quit on yourself just because you didn't get that one role on that one thing that you seen one of your colleagues get, and now they're on the TV and you're watching them and you're saying, it could have been me. Or you can say, man, next time it's going to be me. Switch it up. Switch it up. Next time it will be me. Next time something major comes across my table, it's going to be me. But I'm not going to just wait for that one time. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep pressing because I know more moments are in front of me. I got more good moments in front of me than I had bad ones behind me. I got more. So get up and keep pushing. Number 5. Here we go. Lessons I wish I would have knew earlier. We talked about some of these things. Some of these, they came from a lot of the episodes too, just so y'all know. So they may sound familiar, but here we go. This is good. Master patience. Master patience. I cannot wait to talk to you about patience, but let me read this to you. Train consistently and protect your peace and your money. I can't tell you the thousands of dollars that I've wasted because I got paid for this thing and I just went and did this with it, and then I was like, it's cool because I got another thing coming out. I heard a millionaire say one time, he said, you want to know how to be rich? Stop spending money you don't have. What does that mean? I'm going to tell you what that means. Stop planning for things for money that you don't have yet. So if you get paid $10,000 for a project, right? 9 times out of 10 on a major project, I would say major, more so on the mainstream or the higher indie films with bigger budgets. You're not getting paid that day. They may pay you 2 weeks to a month from actual work. But now you go over here and you say, you know what? I use my credit card over here for this because I know I got $10,000 coming. But what you're not telling yourself is my manager got to get their percentage. My agent got to get their percentage. Uncle Sam gonna touch it. So I'm not even getting the full 10K, right? But you done bought some over here, let's just say for $2,000. But now, after everybody get their money, let's just say you only got $7,000. But now, this maybe what you thought the money was gonna be there right away, and it's not there right away. Now this done ran up and you got a bill. And now you got late fees on top of this bill because you couldn't pay that right away. Now your money, you get what I'm saying? Your money. Protect your peace and your money, because sometimes when you ain't got no money, you ain't got no peace. So protect your peace and your money so you can sleep at night knowing that I'm good. And keep in mind, just as quick as the work comes, it can dry up that quick. And you got to go through these seasons of, I'm not auditioning, I'm not booking. What am I supposed to do? Get you a little side hustle, start something else on the side. But I'm saying don't always depend on that work. This is what I want to talk to you. Well, let me say this. Every masterpiece takes chapters. You hear what I said? Chapters. And it don't always just take pieces, because if you're doing a puzzle, eventually you're going to see the piece and it's there. But sometimes chapters are 5 pages. Sometimes chapters are 20 pages. Sometimes chapters are 100 pages. You can't rush the chapter. So you got to know what chapter you in, understand where you're at, and keep moving. Patience. Patience means to wait. I was a waiter. I'm not going to say where because they ain't paying me. I was a waiter at a restaurant when I really first started. And I was like, man, I'm waiting these tables. And I was like, why do we say we waiting tables? Because I'm not really waiting. I'm working. I'm waiting on a table, right? So if I'm waiting, but I'm still serving, that means while I'm waiting, I'm doing something. Because when I wait tables, I do get a base pay, but you're really working for your tips. So I'm waiting a table, I'm serving for a tip. While you're waiting, you should be serving. You should be doing something while you're waiting. You shouldn't just be waiting. Wait, take the classes. Wait, go see if you can just come on and can I just shadow you for this production or shadow you. Wait, go take the smaller role that you didn't want to take because you feel like you get the bigger roles, but don't nobody know who you are. Wait, just wait and do. Wait and do and be patient while you're doing it. Can you imagine me rushing waiting tables, spilling drinks, knocking plates over and stuff like that? Now I got to go back and, I didn't look at it. I got the meal wrong because I'm trying to hurry up and because I want to hurry up and get to my tip. Hurrying ain't never got you nothing unless you was almost about to get hit by a train and you hurried up and got out the way. But other than that, no, be patient. Your time is coming. Even from this moment, and I'm even talking to myself, even from this moment, I know even right now, I said, oh, my time is coming. You can see me doing a podcast. You can see me on the movies. You can see me do the acting classes, selling books, doing all this stuff. And I know there's still greater moments that I have to be patient for. And sometimes the higher the levels you go, the more patience you got to have. The more patience you got to have because, first of all, you ain't never been on this level before. So when you go from here to here, the way you used to do things down here don't work no more. You got to learn new ways. So you got to be patient while you're learning something new. Don't rush this. Don't rush this. Take your time. If you ain't hear nothing else about patience, wait and serve. Wait and do. Okay? Let's do number 6. I'm going to check the comments. After that, I'm running through the rest of them, and then we'll go and we'll see what we got at the end. Never forget your why. Why did you start doing this in the first place? Every now and then, I know my whys. And your whys can change too. I want to say that. But my whys is my mom and my dad. They're in their 70s. They don't care you tell the age. They're proud 70s. You saw my dad on here. He don't even look 70. So he's cool. They're a big part of my why. They're probably a major part of my why. My parents supported me in this career like never before, and they just supported me by being my parents. But they supported me like never before. I don't want them to want for a thing. That big role that I want for myself to push my career, to work with more greater A-list actors and producers and directors and be on these big old quality mainstream films. I want it. I want it. But I promise you I want it because I don't want my parents to never want for nothing again. Nothing. I don't know. I think I told y'all about it. I'm going to tell you about it again. It's like I'm referencing a lot of Kevin Hart today. When I watched Kevin Hart's thing that he had on Netflix, his documentary that he had on Netflix, and he was talking about his dad. God rest his dad's soul. His dad needed this machine for it because his health was deteriorating, and it cost $7,000. And he asked Kevin Hart, he said, I need this machine, da-da-da-da-da-da. He said, Dad, you ain't got to do all that. How much is it? He was like, 7. And he said, will 20,000 be enough? Dad said, yep. I'm trying to work for that. Where when they need something, I can overdo. And it don't even bother me. It don't hurt my pockets. When God allowed me to start my own family, it don't hurt my family over here. I can do for you and it don't bother nothing over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I want. They're my whys. Another part of I'm just sharing my whys. I didn't even know I was going to share this today. A big part of my why is too, when I have children, I want to give them the best while still teaching them morals and values. You know what I'm saying? Not how to be some rich kid, but I want them to have the best and the opportunities that I didn't have. Not because my parents didn't give it to me. It's just because that's the way I was brought up. My dad would tell me to my face, give your kids better opportunities than I gave you. A real parent wants that for their children. You know what I'm saying? So like for that, when I do get married, I want my wife to want to be wherever she want to go, whatever she want to do. And I want to sit back as the man of my castle and be like, we good. Thank you, God, because it didn't have to be, but you allowed it. We good. Yes, I want to be able to take $100,000 and invest it in somebody's indie project. Like they was doing that 17-year-old girl that I just helped. She had all this help and all these people. And I said, man, if I had this at 17, but man, would it even be better to be the one to provide that for somebody at 17? I want to sign the checks. Y'all ain't hearing me. I want to sign it. If you signing the checks, that means you got the money. So, and I want Out the Woods Production to be a fully funded standalone production company where I ain't got to get a whole bunch of other people's money unless it just worked that way. I ain't got to get a whole bunch of sponsors and producers. I could just do it myself. Now, you can come on board, but if you don't, I can handle it. That's my little whys. My little whys. The big why is I like options. And I want to be able to have them. When you're limited with certain stuff, you got to do what you got to do, But that's my why. What is your why? It could be more than one thing. It could be one major thing. But don't forget why you're doing it. Don't get caught up in the stardom. Don't get caught up in I call it real life Instagram. What do you mean by real life Instagram? Being liked for the moment. Wanting a bunch of followers in real life following you around saying, oh my God, you're so amazing. Look, if you don't know my name and I got the check, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, I want you to love my films. I want you to follow my journey. I want you to support my career. But if you don't know my name, that's cool. Because I feel like eventually you will anyway. But it's not for the followers, y'all. This ain't for the 15 minutes of fame. You should want to do this. What is your why? Maybe that is your why. Maybe it's going to start off that you just want to be famous. Okay, cool. Maybe you just want to be really wealthy and rich. Okay, cool. I hope it grows from there because that dries up quick. But it dries up really quick. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, but remember why you're doing what you're doing. Let me read you this so you won't think I'm just blabbering. When it gets hard, because it's going to get hard, go back to the spark that made you start. Here we go. Purpose keeps you grounded when the applause fades, because everybody ain't going to keep clapping for you. And it's just, it's the truth. If you live by the applause, you will die by the booze. That's such a true statement because you're gonna be fiending. I need a clap for me. I need somebody to want to take a picture with me. I want to walk down the street and somebody be like, oh, there go that famous guy. So then it starts turning to, what can I do to be famous? What can I do for those applause? What can I do for the new currency that I'll call attention? Well, I need more attention. I need attention. Settle down. Remember the why before you be out here real bad. Fiending and scratching and carrying on. So let's come on. Let's remember what we're doing this for, and let's really get to it. Do we got any comments before I knock out these last 4? Thank you, Keita. Okay, we're good. Let's keep moving. Here we go. Number 7. I'm going 7 to 10 without stopping. Maybe we'll talk about it. Preparation separates dreamers and doers. I'm all for having a dream. At some point, you got to wake up and go chase it. I hate that word, chase. I'm all for having a dream, but at some point, you got to wake up and go attract yourself to it. Make it attractive and let it come to you too. Because if you're chasing something, you may not never catch it. But if you stop and make yourself valuable enough, it'll come to you. Even the money, you stop chasing the money and be great and up your value, and then everybody will come see about you. Everybody and everything will come and see about you. But here we go. Okay, consistency keeps doors open. Be ready before opportunity knocks. Be ready, but you have to be prepared. Be prepared. I don't care what nobody is saying. I don't care if they say, acting class this, acting class that. You don't need to really take no acting classes. Acting class, whatever. Just be great. How you going to be great at something you ain't never learned before? Don't get me wrong. I told you a couple weeks ago, Christian Bale said the best acting class is watching other people and actually getting up and acting. It is. But even in that, at some point, you got to get some help. At some point, you need somebody to show you something. And you have to really get into learning and studying this craft. It's a craft. God, what you want a doctor talking about who needs to practice? give me that scalpel. Let's cut this heart open. Like, do you really want somebody that got to do surgery on you? Talking about someone who needs to practice? Come on. You got to. You have to learn this craft. You have to get good at this craft and become a really valuable actor. That's the only way that you make it. Okay, here we go. Talent opens doors. Preparation keeps you inside. Your skill set will keep you inside. Your God-given talent, that's going to make people be like, oh, you're interesting. Yeah, come in this room. But once you get in this room and you ain't got nothing to offer the room, they'll say, okay, thank you. The same door you came in, you can go on out. Thank you. And they're going to grab somebody else who not only appreciates the moment, but is prepared for the moment. So you have to be prepared. Your talent to get you in the room. Preparation helps you to stay inside the room. Number 8. Here we go. Community over competition. This is what I was saying. Stop competing. Community over competition. Celebrate other actors. Collaboration wins every single time. I work with some of the same people a lot of the time because we collaborate. Acting is collaborative. You hear what I'm saying? So you don't just come in and I'm an actor and everything is worked around me and should be only me. No, you're collaborating with the director. You're collaborating with other actors. You're helping tell the story. When you come to the rehearsals, you're helping build up this character, build up this story, making a great story, and then boom, we go out and we do something great. But it takes a community sometimes. Since we're talking about rehearsals, there was a status that said, should actors want to rehearse? And is there anything as too much rehearsing? And I read the comments. I didn't jump in. I said, but now since we're here, I'll talk about it. I'm not scared. I'm leaving everything at the end of this last season. This is how I feel. I've been on countless sets. I've been on indie, where the budget may be a little lower. I've been on indie where they had more money, and I've touched some mainstream stuff. I can tell you from my experience that, and I've also done stage plays. I can tell you and short films. I got to say all this stuff. So y'all know I'm not just talking from one perspective. In the mainstream world, in my experience, no rehearsal. And let me tell you why. Because time is of the essence. Now, indie will tell you because time is of the essence. We need to do a bunch of rehearsals so we won't waste time on set. Mainstream says we don't really want to pay you for those rehearsals because we know that if we tell you to have rehearsals, you got to get paid for them. You want to know something a little deeper? When I've done ADR work on a mainstream level, you get paid for that ADR work. I've done indie, low budget to a pretty decent budget. And the lower budget wants to do a whole bunch of rehearsals, but they don't want to pay you for them. Even when I did plays, mind you, I've done way off Broadway stuff, and I've done stuff with with the likes of Clifton Powell and Lynn Whitfield. Every rehearsal that we had, we got paid for. Every stage play where I done it and I was at somebody's church doing it, or we was at the rec center and I had all them rehearsals, I didn't get paid for it. Now, I didn't throw one or the other in nobody's face, but since it's a conversation, like if we want to be, I'm not saying we want to be Hollywood, which is crazy because Hollywood is not a place, it's a standard. We should all want to be better. Ooh, I felt that in my heart a little bit. Because I'm going to get back on script, Peaches, I promise. Let me tell y'all something. To say things like, the audience is not going to care about that. What? And then you just throw crap on TV and on a platform and say, this is what we got, this is what we got to do. Let me tell you something. Think about it like this. As an actor, director, producer, whoever you are in this film industry, when you became before you became who you are in this industry, when you were watching films, did you look at it and say, I don't really care about that? Or did you say, I want to do that? And I want to be really great at how they're really great at it. Y'all, it's a blessing for me too. One, the way my acting career started, it's a blessing. Where I'm at in my acting career right now is a blessing. The fact that I get to wake up and go about my day and go to acting classes is a blessing. To wake up and go about my day and get and go through and get emails saying you got an audition today. The fact that I auditioned for them and people want to see me and then I book them, and then you mean to tell me they want to pay me for being on TV? The last thing I want to do to my fan base, to the audience, to my family members that believe in me, to a podcast, a producer that rocks with me like this, and myself is say, I just do whatever. What? That's not what I got on this for. Stop cheating the audience. Stop cheating the people who are paying to see you and see your work and believe in your work, who get on their daily social medias and talk about how great your stuff is and you just throwing them trash. If they calling your trash great, imagine when you give them something great. Come on. And cater to everybody. Oh, man, Tubi has over 100 million subscribers. In the urban indie film, it's 1 to 3 million. Why are we only catering to 1 to 3 million when they have 100 million people that want to see our work? Come on. Let's step it up. That I had to say it. Let's do better. Let's do better. Wow. Yeah, after talking about community. but no, because we got a community, but let's just all be better. You know what I mean? Even in your community that you live in, right? You know the neighbors. Even if y'all don't speak all the time, you know the neighbors. You're not about to let nobody come in. Even if your neighbors, you ain't that cool with them. Like, you just know them. Y'all may speak, y'all may not. You got some neighbors that you don't speak to, but they in your community. You see somebody breaking in the house in the community, you ain't going to be like, probably what they get. No, because you're in my community, I need to call the cops. Because if you get that house, you might come get mine. And I don't want this for my community. I don't want us to keep breaking in each other's houses, so to speak, and then pulling out the good stuff and leaving it all trash and saying, ain't nobody gonna care about that community. Stop. Let's stop competing in the community. Don't get me wrong. There's always a level of competition in what you do. Let's just be real. You know what I mean? Every podcaster wants to be the best. So that means if everybody wants to be the best, everybody is going to be kind of like, okay, how they doing what they doing? Okay, that's dope. I'm gonna do that like that, but I'm gonna put my own spin on. If you think I'm lying about, it's always people doing stuff. Go in the bread aisle and see how many different brands of bread it is. All right, so everybody is sort of competing. Yeah, I want you to buy their bread or my bread over their bread. Yeah, of course, but it doesn't stop the fact that you made your own bread, that you branded your own bread, and that you got your bread in the bread aisle at Walmart. You get what I'm saying? It's still, you don't see them going in there talking about some, get this bread out of here, throwing bread across the aisle. You don't see that. They just promote their bread. And then, you know what I mean? So let's stop that, and let's stop the fake support. Gosh, Peaches. Stop it. Stop the fake support. If you don't rock with it, you don't rock with them. But if you do rock with them, rock with them. Don't rock with them when you see them out and talking about, oh, yeah, I enjoy. If you share their stuff, watch their stuff, support their stuff. Like, if you're going to rock with them, rock with them. But you ain't got to fake it. And then you hear somebody talking about you later down the way. I was told that, I'm not going to say what, where, when, and how, but everybody don't agree with me doing a podcast. Because what's my credentials? Check my resume. Check my IMDb. You can see my credentials. And I'm not even saying that disrespectfully. I'm just saying if you got to say that, check my credentials. Some people say that I'm Hollywood. And that's funny to me, too, because I'm probably one of the realest, most genuine people you could talk to about this industry. You don't believe me? If they didn't mind, which I wouldn't do, I'll show you my inboxes. I'll show you my text messages off of the free information that I gave that helped change people's careers and put them in the right direction. So that's not true. That's not true. And people are going to talk and say stuff, and then they see you and be like, oh, what's up? Love you, love you, love you. And you don't even know they talking about you. But what I'm saying is stop the fake stuff. And I can walk in these rooms and yell names, and I can do that right here on this podcast. This is not what this is for. What I'm saying is I genuinely support people because I believe in people. I am the type of person that believes that everybody in the room can win. It's enough for everybody to win, and we ain't got to fight about who getting what. Because see, I don't do that. You shouldn't do this. Stop looking at everybody else and do your work and be great at what you do. And if you get with people that's aligned with you and that believe the way you believe and got this like-minded people, that's what it is. You like-minded, rock with those people. and keep going. And, and don't worry about it. If down the road you get to come in with those people who didn't want you in the rooms, then that's great, because then you're all at a certain place. But if they neglect you, if they talking about you, if they don't believe in your work, if they don't think you that great of an actor, that's okay. That's a part of the process of you making the journey that you got to make. Okay, I think I'm done. I don't know if there's comments, but I'll get to them later. How about that? Community over competition. I'm back here. Celebrate other actors. Collaboration wins every time. We rise higher when we rise together. There's so many great actors and stuff all over this industry. Let's rise together. And not only like that, I mean, we all got to do the same project at the same time all the time. There should be some of that, because let me tell you something. It's one thing to have Richard Pryor over here and Red Fox over here and Eddie Murphy over here. But then somebody said, you know what? These guys are funny. Let's put them in a movie together and call it Harlem Nights. And let's watch what happens. Put everybody in the same thing. Put egos aside and let's make a great film. But even in that, still push people to be great. Even if you don't want to be in the film with them, support them. Let's rise together. Okay, here we go. 9 and 10. I promise you we moving. I'm going to get out y'all way. Wisdom from fellow artists. Here we go. Reflect on everything that people have shown you, taught you, and that's helped push you. You can even learn from a bad actor. You can even learn from bad advice. You know what I mean? You can learn. So I don't get upset when I've got bad advice from somebody. I just take it and flip it as a learning experience. And now I know what to do when I come back around to that. But there's people like myself on this and all the guests that I've had on this show that have really given out so much information. That's why I tell people all the time, I say, man, just go watch Monologue Mondays. I guarantee you, out of 21 episodes, you're going to hear something that you didn't hear before and be like, oh, that's probably why. That's probably why I didn't book this, or that's probably why I couldn't get this to go like I wanted to go. Okay, now I know what to do. Or you might just hear something brand new and be like, I'm going to try that. And I promise you, it'll change your life. I'm not telling people to go watch it just to be watching it or just to follow me and to get a whole bunch of revenue and all this stuff, because I just got here. It ain't that much money coming in. I just got here. So, but I'm just saying it's helpful. I'm doing this. The whole point of Monologue Mondays is to help. So use the advice and stuff that you hear and that you've heard on here. Iron sharpens iron. And this this is the season that you need somebody to help you sharpen up. We all got sharper from the episodes, and we all will get sharper from these episodes, and you will get sharper by reaching out to those people that will help you. And let me just say this too, because I did a lot of a very productive rant earlier, but let me just say this. Everybody ain't bad. Everybody ain't negative. Everybody ain't a gatekeeper. Everybody not keeping the doors closed in your face. Sometimes you got to get out of your comfort zone and ask questions. Sometimes you got to be like, well, let me go ask them. Well, I don't know if you ain't going to never know if you don't go ask. And even if they tell you no, remember we talked about this. No isn't just a rejection. No is, okay, let me try another way. Let me go about it a different way. That's it. I do it all the time. I'm talking about currently. If I know that you got something that I'm trying to obtain, and or I feel like you got something that can help push me a little further, I'm gonna ask questions. I done got a calluses to no, so it don't really bother me when you say no now. I'm like, no, thank you. I'm going on to the next thing. Going on to the next person. I'm going to go make the other call. I'm going to try it another way. Excuse me. So that's what that is. So we get sharper together. Iron sharpens iron. So let's do that. Here we go. Last point. I'm getting ready to get out y'all way. Number 10. Legacy over likes. I kind of touched on this. It ain't about how many likes you got and about how many followers you got. Think about it. Denzel Washington don't even have social media. So he don't care about no followers. Yeah, Will Smith just got his a few years ago. So these are the people that we watch on, they don't really care about it. Now, do I feel like actors nowadays should have it and be active on it? Yes. You ain't got to be, as active as an influencer, but but you should be active on it, because that casting does check your social media and stuff now. They do look over these things now. So you should have it, but you shouldn't be trying to be like, unless you just want to and you have a love for it, it ain't got to be that serious, but you should be on there for sure. But you should not be living for the likes, living for the comments, living for the followers. No, but it should be legacy over life. Even in real life, sometimes in this business, it does turn into a popularity contest. It does. And for whatever reasons, it turns into a popularity contest. And for whoever doesn't want to talk about that, that's fine. You know what I mean? I've heard my name in the bowl. They just like him because he more popular. Man, if you don't get out of here with that high school stuff, if y'all don't move around and get out the way, don't nobody care about being popular. And to be honest, if popularity ain't bringing no prestige and no money, don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. But some popularity will come with this sometimes. But it do turn into a popularity contest and all that stuff. But stop worrying about that. You don't control that. Who's popular and who's not. Think about it in mainstream. It seemed like right now certain actors are popping, right? Like your Kevin Hart's is popping. Your Marlon Wayans is popping. And, you know, you got people popping, right? And that's cool. But think about the times when we haven't seen them on TV like that. It's not because they don't care about popularity. They're probably at work cooking up something new, about to do a film or something else. Not like stop with the point. They more popular. I'm not getting invited to this. Some rooms, this is probably something that we should talk about since we're talking about the room we built. Some rooms you don't need to be invited to. Some rooms are not meant for you. Because in those rooms, there is a lot of degrading. In those rooms, there's a lot of tearing down. And in those rooms, they're doing things that is not helping you or anybody else's career. And you don't need to be attached to certain rooms. Be okay with not always being invited. You don't know what God trying to protect you from. You don't know what direction your career is. Don't need to go in by going in those rooms. Sometimes you're being protected from something that can go terribly wrong, and your name could have been attached to it. Come on, you know you don't need to be in every room. It's okay. I don't get upset when I'm not invited to every room. And then some rooms that you are invited to, you don't need to go to. You don't need to go to. Because just because it looks pretty on the outside, once you get in the room, man, if y'all could just Google and YouTube celebrities talking about the things they wish they didn't do. You ain't even got to take my word for it. Go. There's plenty of stuff out there that tells videos and content out there that talks about what I shouldn't have done. So don't worry about that. All you worry about is being you, being truthful, being honest, and being great at what you do. That's all you got to do. Legacy over likes. It's about impact, not algorithm. It's about impact, not algorithm. Your legacy is what people feel long after they forget your lines. That's what you want. It's about legacy. It's about what we built, the room that we built, the things that we have, the love that was shown in these rooms, on these stages, on the camera, all of these things, y'all. That's what it's about. It's not about nothing else. The money will follow the more you get into your purpose. They'll know your name when you know who you are. They'll rock with you when you're truthful and honest about you and the work that you put out. That's it. Be honest. Get legacy over likes. Don't worry about what Instagram is saying, what TikTok is saying. I love Instagram. I love TikTok. I love YouTube. I love Facebook. They're great, but they don't make or break my career. And then remember this too, like money and social media, they're tools to help you go further. You're not supposed to live or die by them. They're tools to help you go further in your purpose. Okay, let's check it out. Let's go. Let's check these comments out. Okay. Thank you so much, Shalia. I love it. I love it. Look, I appreciate y'all so much. We do speak a lot in here, but we spent a lot of time week after week together. And I'm so grateful. Like, it's been fun. I didn't know tears would be shed. I didn't know that we would get to see like people really opening up about how to make it, what they lost, what they gained, how they're going to keep going, how some people went through depression, how they got out of that depression. I know my father was going to come on here and tell y'all about how they didn't want me. But here I am, my younger brother and his journey. I thank all of y'all. I thank everybody from Shalia, Kayla, Cookie, Heather, Zakia, everybody, Shantae, Jazar, the list goes on and on. My manager, Benny, just Darren. Darren was one of the first director that I had on here. You know, just the list goes on and on. Like, I appreciate y'all so much. And I appreciate you, the viewers, because y'all didn't have to be watching this little show. Y'all didn't have to be rocking with me. Y'all didn't have to believe in me. Y'all didn't have to trust that I would be honest with you all and give you real information. But I'm grateful for you guys. This is not the end. It's not over. This is just another part of the journey. Matter of fact, this is just the ending of one season. You know what? This is the ending of Act 1. Act 2 is coming. So keep rocking with me. We don't know who's going to be on here next, but I guarantee you the phone's been ringing and they're lined up and I'm excited. But I guarantee you this, you're going to grow, you're going to get better, you're going to learn, and more importantly, you're going to start believing in yourself because I believe in you the way you believe in me. Thank you all so much. Before I get out of here, don't forget about my wonderful book, How to Win the Room. Y'all check that book out. My birthday is November 23rd. You ain't got to give me a gift, even if you don't tell me happy birthday. What I want to hear and see when I check out all this information is that book is getting bought up. Sell it out. Sell that book out for me. But more importantly, it's a gift. You will be gifting me that by getting my book, but more importantly, it's a gift to you. It's a powerful book on confidence and how to build your confidence and how to win the room. Check it out. It's on the screen right there. And just rock with me, man. Even with Out the Woods production, everything that we got coming up, just rock with me. I really want y'all to rock with me. And I still do the monologues. I got some new things coming out on that. But y'all know the prices. It's I told y'all 35 and 45 last week. It's 25 and 35. It's 25 for the 30-second and 35 for the 60-second. But the $45 is for the video of me actually doing the monologue for you. So that way you'll get the monologue and you'll get me doing it for you if you need that. If not, just get the monologue. Hit us up at otwproduction23@gmail.com. Check that out. And I want y'all to check out my brand new film, Fan of Mine. Go check it out, written by Jazar Riches. It's a great film. I just, every time I think about this, like, I was really trying to figure out, like, how would I be if Denzel was, like, stalking me? Like, or Oprah. Hey, and there's people like with resources, like they can really stalk us. Please stalk me. Please, Denzel, stalk me for 2 days. Don't get creepy. Just two days, stalk me. But check that out. That's what it's about. What would you do if your favorite celebrity was stalking you? And I think we're going to play the trailer to go out with. But as we're getting ready to go out of here, y'all keep rocking with me. Go watch all the episodes. Share them all. Run up to subscribers. Buy the book. But get ready for Act 2. And in the great words of Denzel Washington, I'll see you at work.
I won you the day with the Yari Iris. All we had to do was submit a video saying why you should be chosen, and she's invited 5 people, and you won.
Thank you so much. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The opportunity to die for it.
You actually like someone. You.
It's not every day you have a celebrity sitting in your living room. Did you happen to give Yari our address when you sent her that video? Can you believe she showed up to my house last night after I didn't go to her show? Yari, she's getting a little bit overbearing. She texts my phone all day. Did you see her there? She went and got the same car as me, babe.
Why would you do this?
Yari, let me up out of here! Yari, please! Ooh. Oh my God! You did this to me! I am not crazy! I am not crazy! Ah! Don't worry. I got him until Yari is here.